What's up, y'all? This is your boy RP35. Before I get ready to start this video, about to play some old school games. But before I start this video, I'm gonna say a shout out to the families and the friends that's up in Los Angeles, California, that's having devastating wildfires out there. They're spreading all over California. Um, I've been watching it pretty much on the news. It's terrible to see that, with the families and the friends, and I hope all y'all be okay. Um, with the homes and everything, it's just been pretty much has been destroyed. Everything is gone. I've been pretty much been looking at all the stuff that's what's been going on down there, but I'm definitely going to say a prayer to you guys, and the firefighters that's pretty much that's really doing the job. They are the goats, that's taking care of the people, and a lot of people that's out there helping the community out there as well. So I'm gonna give a good warm prayer to you guys. Y'all staying strong. Y'all gonna pull this. Y'all been through this before, and y'all definitely gonna pull through it again. But I'm gonna definitely say a prayer to all y'all. Y'all be back on y'all feet 100%, and once everything is going good, and y'all be ready to rebuild. So this is your boy, and I'm gonna say a prayer to you, and y'all take care. Yo, 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 this is your boy Romulus Prom 35, aka Scott into the T, and we are chilling and marinating like we always do. Yeah, man, we are about to play some old school games, and pretty much this is going to be a little crazy twist for today. I am about to play not really of a game. It's pretty much it's a Sega Encyclopedia. Um, I never had this game. Never, 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 never. This is something that now one of my homeboys, Bubba Beezy, he had this when he had the JVC XI. But I'll tell you everything about the JVC XI here in a moment. But for right now, subscribe to your boy. I very, very appreciate that. Give me some thumbs up so you pretty much love the video, and tell me what y'all think about this game right here. Well, game, but just an encyclopedia if you ever had it in your library. Okay, so pretty much what I'm about to say, well, pretty much what my homeboy Bubba Beezy pretty much had a JVC XI. If you're not heard of a JVC XI, it's pretty much just like um you had a pretty much had a console that's pretty much just connected to, you got your Sega CD and you got your Sega Genesis. So pretty much you don't have to chain them together like like you do, back when the Genesis and stuff came out. You had to have the Genesis connected to, two different consoles. That was kind of crazy, and they was pretty much the whole console like it was on life support. But when you pretty much have the JVC XI, you pretty much had both at the same time. Dude, I mean, like you was in for a treat. And the only reason it was hard to really buy the console itself, now the only time I remember seeing it a long time ago was a store called Service Merchandise. And if you ever heard of Service Merchandise, that they usually have that was back like in a mall or somewhere. It was one of those expensive games. They bought like most of the consoles that you could pretty much buy. Between the JVC XI was one of them, the 32X, not the 32X, excuse me, but the 3DO, that was another one. They didn't have those kind of consoles. Like, I couldn't find them nowhere, like if it was KB toy stores or something like that they normally will have. So, but my homeboy pretty much had this one because this one came out with a game pack. I think this came with it when he bought the JVC XI. I know this one came with it. God, I can't remember. There was other three other games that he had that came out with it. I can't really remember or recall it, but he had one of those games, and we used to play it and had a good time. Because, like I say, I've never really owned a Sega CD at that one point in time. Yeah, I say it's probably been back in probably 2020. I don't know. I'm gonna say like maybe 99 or something like that when I had it. But I remember he let me borrow it. He let me borrow it once, and I remember pretty much playing it and doing all kinds of etc. And he let me borrow it, and I played the Sonic CD, and that was bad to the bone. Prize Fighter, that was one of my old school games that I pretty much played before. But this right here is pretty much something like learning. Pretty much just encyclopedia. That pretty much you can learn stuff. You can watch videos. You can do much of anything. So like like say if I click it here, the birds song, and then you just go ahead and click it on the birds, and you can hear it. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna see if I can cut my sounds up a little bit so you can kind of really. So then we just go back out here and you know do the whole things. So this is pretty much it's just sounds. This is just sounds that we used to listen to. Now I know my boy Bubba Beasy. If you're watching this, I'm gonna show you that we used to joke around on this thing, and we used to remember a lot of stuff that was on this thing. Here, let's see if I can remember. I think it's this one. I'm not for sure. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I mean, like we would go on this thing and we would just like goof around, and it was another one here that he did. I think it was a Muslim prayer. Um, yeah, man. I mean, this is awesome, dude. Like, it tells you almost about anything that you need to know. Just a regular encyclopedia book, and it pretty much just tell you a lot more of everything. Let me see if I can get out of this. Okay, so you got articles. You can click on articles, and it's got almost about anything that you want to know, dude. I mean, like, this is pretty much as awesome. I mean, you can pretty much get it at the Sega CD. So like I say, it goes to in from the A's. Like, you got Paula Abdul. So I'm gonna click on her. So it pretty much just tells you everything you need to know of about her. um she was born in 1962. She was a US pop singer. um she lived in San Francisco, is it San Fernando Valley, California. She been jazz and tap. So pretty much it tells you a lot of things that you want to know. um the history of things, and this thing will give you all everything. Just like we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the captain, baby, of the Los Angeles Lakers. um so it pretty much say he's been born in 1947. His height is 7 foot 2 inches. Yeah, because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he's a pretty tall guy. Really tall. And like I say, man, this thing is really where you want to go. Like I say, if you don't want to kind of like I say, if you want to do like school stuff, and like back in the day, even though I wish I would have thought about stuff like this, but I had the old school encyclopedia book, and I used to go through a lot of stuff. But this thing tells you almost about anything. You have like pictures. You can go ahead and click on the pictures and see what they have here. So it's pretty much is like almost about anything you want to know. Anything you want to know. So this is the Japanese fish. Okay, so it shows you pretty much, and it tells you pretty much everything. The article that you pretty much want to know more about that, and it'll tell you everything, man. I mean, like I say, if you into stuff like this, I mean, you know, because back in my school days, I was loved to be into encyclopedia books, dude. A lot of stuff, like I have different assignments that pretty much use and learn how to know somebody or know something. It can pretty much can give you your answers that you need to know just studying, because like I say, a lot of stuff you don't know out of the mind, this is where to go. So you have videos or movies or whatever. You have the civil rights movement. You have let me see baseballs. Let me see if I can move that mouse. But like I say, this little hand thing is pretty it takes forever to kind of move it around and stuff. All right, so let me go back here. Let's click it on to Japan, because that's the place I will always want to go.
Japan. This country is a land of high-speed trains, modern buildings, massive industry, teeming highways, and commuter stress. Modern Japan, rivaling the most advanced economic powers of the West, seems a long way from the traditions of its past. Japan's phenomenal success in economic development since World War II is based in part upon its many highly trained scientists, engineers, and technicians. This economic success is considered by many to be a modern-day miracle.
Pretty much is not really, what I participated. I mean, it's kind of almost like watching, plumbers don't wear ties, and they just show just stiff images. So, but I swear I thought I looked at one and it had a movie onto it, like a different, thing onto it. Okay, let's look up in tornadoes. Let's see.
With winds reaching up to 300 miles per hour or more, tornadoes can be very destructive forces. This film shows an approaching tornado and the damage that it causes.
Yeah, man. I mean, it shows like mostly tornadoes can destroy anything it can go through anything in its path. Um, but yeah, man. I mean, like this thing is really awesome, dude. I mean, like it learning is a good way to learn, because, like I say, if I had something like this, and my moms would be like, you can't just constantly just have it or whatever, and you're going through it. Let me see. I guess that's about it with the videos. I was sitting there trying to click. I thought something was wrong with it, but it's not. Um, yeah, paintings, opera, Beirut. Let me see. Let's click on Beirut. The Babe, man. The Titan of that was it. The Titan of SWAT. The Colossus of Clout. He's got so many names, man. I mean, if you look at the Samlot, you will know.
Ruth, but the world knew him as the Babe, one of the greatest players in the history of baseball. Babe Ruth held or shared in about 60 records, including the most home runs for a single season.
I love it. Let's see what else we got here, man. I mean, we're pretty much just having fun here, man. We're just having fun here. So you have one. Let me see. We're gonna go through. Is it? Okay, it's plants and planets. Okay, let me see. Let's click on planets. See what's.
The large heavenly bodies in our solar system that revolve in orbits around the sun are called planets. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. Venus is next. Earth, the third planet, appears to be the only planet that supports life. The remaining planets, in order from the sun, are Mars, often called the red planet, Jupiter, which is larger than all other planets combined, and Saturn, known for its rings. Uranus comes next, followed by Neptune and tiny Pluto, the smallest of the 9 known planets, seen here in this false color image as a bright blur.
Yeah, pretty much another stiff image of pretty much of plumbers don't wear ties part. So it's just pretty much just still. Some of them are pretty much you can move. Some of them you really can't. Let me see what else I'm pretty much is missing here. Did I cover everything I need to cover? Okay, I did the sounds of the article, I did the pictures. Okay, so pretty much that's about mostly about it. This thing only the only time I pretty much only had seen this thing was on the JVCXI. Pretty much when my homeboy, Bubba Beasy had this game, well, had this disc, and it didn't. I don't know if it came with the Sega CD. I don't really know what came with the Sega CD, to be honest with you, but I knew this game pretty much technically came out with the JVC XI console. Because you can't really get no better. But like I say, it makes me really want to look to see. Let me see if I could type it in to see what consoles did that thing come in. So oh. Let me see if I can. Okay, so technically the JVC XI pretty much came out with Prizefighter. Well, God, I did, Prizefighter, the Encyclopedia, and you also had the karaoke CD. So, yeah, so I guess I remember out of those three, and technically this thing actually came out in '94. But in Japan, it pretty much came out in '92. So you know how that goes. Um, you know, Japan is definitely going to get this console first, bar none. But as far as everything else goes, this came out in '94, which it was good, but you couldn't find this nowhere in KB's, Toys R Us. In my opinion, you couldn't find them. The only place you could find them was service merchandise, and this is where you can find this console. Just like between the 32, between I don't know why I keep calling it 32X, the 3DO and the JVC XI was the ones you can pretty much that can find. That was really in the service merchandise store, which we don't have a service merchandise store anymore. So it's pretty much just technically gone. Let me see. Let's go back to see Dr. King. Let's listen to what he's got to say. That up.
I say to you today, my friend, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Wonderful speech, dude. Wonderful speech. I mean, like this thing is pretty much, it tells you a lot of history, dude. Like, I mean, this thing is really history. When my boy had this, man, it was probably really, it was really addictive, dude. I mean, like I say, you can learn a lot of this thing. Pretty much tell you about, the Declaration of Independence. It pretty much tell you almost about anything you want to know. That you can you can listen to and hear or see, and you want to learn more stuff. Okay, let's go to radio conversations. Let's see what's that's all about.
Clear for takeoff, 320 at 10 to 15.
Let me see if I'm gonna turn up just a little bit, man. I don't know if y'all can hear. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip through that part. Like I said, we'll find something else where it can go real loud in that. Let's see. So we have, let's see, Franklin D. Roosevelt. Then we got Theodore Roosevelt. The Theodore Roosevelt, I think that's the president. I think, yeah.
The principles for which we stand are the principles of fair play and a square deal for every man and every woman in the United States.
Yeah. So, I mean, this thing is pretty much was awesome back in the day, dude. I mean, like, if you really can get your hands on this disc, like I say, it will be kind of hard to find. It will be definitely hard to find, to pretty much to find this thing. If like I say, the only time if you can find something like this, you would have to go to like retro stores. Because what I'm doing now, I'm using it as an emulator. But you can find something like this that you can look forward to, man. I mean, this thing is pretty much it's awesome. It tells you most about, you can listen to anything that you want to know. This is pretty much is where it is today. So a lot of stuff that they have on there, that you can learn, a lot of education stuff. So like I say, I pretty much give it a thumbs up when this thing come out. But like I say, if you can find it somewhere in a retro store, give it a go. It's still there. If you can't find the JVC XI, like I say, that thing is just pretty much is just scattered all over. But if now with the Sega CD, there's chances that you can find that thing, but you have to have the Sega Genesis to get that thing to work, because you can't really just have the Sega CD. I just wish back then Sega would pretty much would just say, hey, Sega CD can just be its console by itself, but it never happened. I remember it was pretty much it was a mess, because you had to I remember when I first bought the Sega CD, when I first had one, you had to chain that thing together. Like, you had, now the old models I didn't have, because there was two different ways you had to get that old one to work. I've never done the old one. I think I did when I had the PlayStation, not PlayStation, but the Sega the Sega drink, the Sega Genesis. God, I'm talking in tongues today. Pretty much it's just the Sega Genesis. So I had the one that you had to put them together. So once I did that, the worst part I hate about that the most was because you got to take that little tap off of the Genesis. It's like a little top, and this one you just slide it on together. Now the other one, you got to have some kind of pin. You have to put that in there to connect it together to make that thing work, because I know it had to be something under there, the old model, that you got to do it. I don't know. I wasn't really high tech on that one, but when it came to the second model, just click that bad boy together, take that top off, click it together. The bad thing I didn't like about that situation, it ran two power adapters. Now you would think the Genesis would pretty much will connect the power to that one and make it work, but no. And the thing would really get on my nerves the most, that really got to me, was they had the consoles that you had those big giant adapters, those power adapters. I don't know if I can find something that looked like it, but they one of those big fat adapters that takes over the whole wall, that you don't really have no type of nothing that you can make stuff work. It takes over the whole wall. It does all kinds of crazy stuff, and that used to be so irritating, dude. Sometimes the power, those adapters have shortage in it. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day when those powers, because even the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo had the same faith. And then what it is that sometimes that cord can be a shortage. Sometimes you got to have some electrical tape to put that mud to stay where it is, where the console can work. That was very annoying, dude. But like I say, it was old school. That's just the way it was back in the day. And I guess they finally kind of got rid of um those adapters, those plug adapters, because those things was pretty much was not cool at all, man. Them things was it took over a whole room. It wasn't all that, And but when you had the Sega CD and you think the Genesis will connect power, it don't. It has its own power supply. So that right there was a mess. Then you had to hook up certain things, and then when the 32X came out, there was another chain game. I don't remember if it had its own power supply or not. I can't remember. I probably say it does, but it was a mess. And Sega CD was good at its time, um way back then, because a lot of people didn't really have a Sega CD. I didn't, it took me a little minute to get one, but it was it was very kind of different to to have something like that. So you know it was good because of CD games, and you had like the Sonic CDs, and you had all the these other type of games that they had, and the Terminators, and stuff like that was pretty much was where it is, because it was the first time that we ever had the Sega had a CD game. um don't get me wrong about Sega CD. The music, the sounds awesome, dude. um Everything just sounds pretty good, but I'm gonna definitely talk about that one after this video is over with. The next game I'm definitely going to play is Final Fight, and then I'm gonna go back to the differences between the arcade version and this one. So we'll definitely see what was the difference on that when we get to that one. But man, I mean, Sega CD pretty much failed, a lot, because now after, I think when this one kind of went down to dirt, and I think PlayStation was pretty much was trying to kick in, and then after another, Sega pretty much was starting to come out with the Sega Saturn, and then that right there kind of did great, at that time, and then Sega Saturn kind of just went down the loop. And then you had the Sega Dreamcast coming out to play, and we thought that will be the console that'll keep us alive. And don't get me wrong, Sega Dreamcast did keep it alive for that, that good period of time. And then after that, that was it. Sega was done. I mean, like they couldn't make no more consoles because of the competition. Because PlayStation and Xbox was kicking butt, and it was just like there was nothing they could have came back on. But I was kind of mad though, man, because like I said, I was always a Sega guy. I always loved Sega. Between the Master System, the Genesis, and all the rest of the stuff that because when we had the 32X and the Sega CD, that's the ones we never really had. But I know there were certain games that they had on both those consoles. It was pretty cool. But as far as this one goes, like I say, with the Encyclopedia, if you can find this game, find it somewhere, give it a go. um this game pretty much came out with the JVC XI. If you can find a JVC XI, I guarantee you, I don't know how much it was back then. I know it was expensive at its time when it first came out. I must say it was like, I'll say about, it had to be about like $700-800, um or more than that, because I know the 3DO was really expensive too. And they had that little commercial where they got rid of all that. They threw the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis, and they put it, and they call these things toys, and then they want you to go ahead and get the 3DO because it was real. Everything was so real that you can play. But one of my videos, I would definitely talk about the 3DO. I think I had a few games that was on the 3DO that I think I put it on my channel. I can't remember. I might have to see if I can look and see if I do have. I think I have a few, but I'm definitely going to try to see if I can, play some more games on that one as well. But yeah, man, this is a good education game for the kiddies. This was kind of awesome, when my boy had it. It was pretty, accurate, because I remember when I used to look at stuff and kind of learn stuff. And one day I will come at his house, and I will sit there and just be like, feel like I'm at school, but we pretty much, the game, and but But when you want to learn stuff, it's like a encyclopedia book, same old thing. But this one's pretty much as easy. And then it's a cool thing about it. You got this bar right here. We really never use. So like if you want to go ahead and type in a name of the person or whoever you want to read an article, if you want to know who. So like for example, I'm just gonna pick one. Cause it's taking me so long to, type in a name. It's just saying you ain't got no sound, dude. Okay, so I type in a name, so it's pretty much just, Scott Michael, but I couldn't really find what I'm looking for. Let me see. I guess not. I guess you don't have anything for him. No, they don't have anything. I guess this is just too far back if I can't really see. It's really hard for me to look at on this screen that, because like I say, my eyes is pretty much just all bad out of shape. But yeah, man, I mean, if you can just go ahead and look at anything that they have on there as well, different sounds, different other stuff that they have on there, give it a go, man. This thing is pretty bad to the bone. If you want to learn something, get your education going on, this is the thing for you on the Sega CD. So like I say, man, if you want to just give it a try, give it a shot, man. It's something that you will learn for anything for moments to come. And this is an old school thing for encyclopedia stuff. So if you ever get a chance, go to a retro store, and if you find it, give it a go, man. It's pretty fun. Just give it a try. Alrighty, now we are ready for the meat and potatoes here. So we're definitely going to play Final Fight CD. We're definitely going to try to see what's different here of this game right here. So like I say, we're definitely going to see how the sound play on this one, because I heard that the music sound very awesome, kind of same way like on the Terminator.
Metro City, a well-known crime
But see,
capital.
this one's a little bit different because in the arcade game, they didn't have no kind of talking whatsoever when the game first started. They didn't even have this. They never had this in that thing. So they just pretty much just tell you the story of what's going on with the city, blah blah blah. You pretty much already know, what went on. We know the Mad Gear Army. So this is pretty much pretty new. Well, not new, but it's pretty much is just everything's different because the music and everything sounds just different. But like I say, we into the Sega world. This is the Sega CD, and your boy is going with the old school 6, which I don't have to worry about using these, but I'm just using using the regular one. But so like I say, me touching this controller, just going through this controller, it just brings back memories. When my cousin had this, when he had the console, and I used to go to his house and play his Genesis, and I remember he bought like 2 of these bad boys, and I remember we used to play all, because first, when we first had the Genesis back in the day, we had that stealth controller that came out with it back in the day. You only had like 3 buttons. That right there was pretty much was a letdown. It was a real big letdown. That right there didn't even work at all. It didn't even work at all. Like, it really sucked. So that right there didn't really do much of anything. So after we started doing that for fighting games, it was meant for the fighting games. Now, I remember when Street Fighter Champions Edition came out, and we I don't think he had it at first, but I think I must have rented it or something like that. And come to think of it, was you had, like, say you got all your kick butts, you got your low, your medium, and your high kicks, and your low punches. Okay, so the only thing that's a stupid thing they did this was you had to keep on flipping. You hit the start button, you got your kick buttons. You hit the start button again, you got your punch buttons. That was stupid. And I'm kind of glad that Sega came out with the 6-button controller that changed the game. So that means you can set your your high punch and your low punches and your medium kicks and your medium punches and all that, and you can set it on this 6-buck controller. It was an arcade point and it worked. So I was really happy that they finally did that and made that really really work. So okay, so we're gonna definitely go to this start where here, like I say, I'm not trying to beat this game. I'm just trying to play it, but I just want to know how the sound and everything sounds. Um, just like I say, it's the music, man. I mean, you got that guitar playing, everything going. I'm saying it's just different. And again, Sega Saturn, I mean the Sega CD pretty much have 3 of them. Now it's kind of messed up because the Super Nintendo did not have that. Super Nintendo only had these 2 guys. So let's play with the mayor here. But yeah, man, this is different. Okay, so pretty much in my respective here, it looks like the arcade, but it don't. If you kind of look at it, it looks kind of, the graphics look kind of clunky. I mean, I know they pretty much tried to make it like the arcade. But this is the closest you'll get. But I had to compare between this and the Super Nintendo. I had to say the Sega CD. Get the mayor clean up the streets. Yeah, because the Super Nintendo part never showed them going down the steps. Like if they do, they'll just stand there. And then, this one try to make everything look like the arcade version. Oh man, I know it's 2 of them things. Oh, I'm getting. Yeah, man, the music is off the chain, dude. Like I say, they turn the music on this thing, and it sounds really good too. On that wall, y'all gonna get slopped. Call your goons. I'm surprised they didn't really put Trasher in any Street Fighter games. Like they put like a couple of people that's in the Street Fighter world, but but like I say, I'm surprised he never put Trasher in that game. Hey, this girl gonna flash kick me? Come on, man. Oh man, they flashing kicking me. What is going on? Can't do the mayor like that. Andrew Jr. or whatever his name is. It's kind of messed up though. You can't even keep that lead pipe. Oh boy, y'all trying to hang up on me like that, really? Oh, why did I turn over? Get that Pajar pretty much in them. Oh man, come on. Man, give me the powerball out. Boom. Oh, this dude want to do a little poke, poke, poke. Ah, they all over the place. Stop this train, I wanna get off. Yeah, the guys and the flannel dudes, well, they die quick. And my Haggard boy, he just hit your mug in the straight in the gut. Hit straight in the gut. Hey man, so my Haggard? This is my territory in the ring. I don't really know what's with Capcom and with Street Fighters, or just, you know, damaging people's cars. I mean, like, I mean, I think in the Capcom world, this is all we do is just we destroy people's cars.
Oh my god.
To the west side. Ah, they making sure I ain't gonna pick up no weapons. No weapons here. I'm here. God almighty. I mean, like, it's like they get you in that corner and you can't really see absolutely nothing. Ah, dude. Get out of here. Dang, so as I beat him, he just grabbed me by the neck, dude. Oh, snap. About to give him the power driver and this dude just came out of nowhere. God. See, they didn't have. See, they got the dude singing in the background, man, with the chorus. You know, I'm telling you, they didn't have that in the arcade version or the Super Nintendo version, and they definitely didn't have this on the Super Famicom, which I know I forgot. I forgot all about the Super Famicom, which it was technically pretty much it was the Super Nintendo. Oh, these dudes tripping. Oh man, a turkey. Kind of nasty though. I'm picking up this gun chewing gum that he just spit out on the street. That was pretty nasty. Oh, they're ganging up on me. That nice stick. God, this dude want to stay in that corner, dude. Like, dude, you're gonna have to find a way to get out of this corner, dude. What are you running? I mean, he just taking all my life. He just running way back and forth, back in this corner, going back in the corner. Don't know exactly where he want to go. Just lost. Oh. Man, it's like I'm trying to dodge those bad boys. Right, one credit off, so it's time to go to. Oh, there. get me out of this part. Oh, you little butt sniffers. Pretty much trying my best to really try to keep them in that corner right there. But then once they start getting in one side, well, they start throwing off the game. Okay, one man left, so I know this game is about to be completely over with. God almighty, I hate these dudes. Got beat by Rolento. Oh yeah, ain't got no more continues. Might as well die there, buddy. Boom. Alrighty, so pretty much that was just something. I'm just, just goofing off mostly about the Sega CD, but I was just going back the music of this game. I mean, like I say, I don't know what's the difference between the Sega CD games. The music just sounds so great. Of any game that you can play, but like I say, they put the icing on the cake of a lot of stuff. Like I say, it was the first time ever having a CD game. um, but they really changed the game when they first came out. It was something brand spanking new at that time, and it was just a lot of people didn't really have a Sega CD. A lot of people didn't. I didn't. Just like I said, my boy Bub Beasy, he was the first one who had it. They had the JVC XI, and the JVC XI was pretty much was easy to go. All you had to do, you had the console by itself. You didn't have to chain them together. They was already together by itself. So that was pretty much was really easy said and done on that one. So yeah, man, I mean that was pretty, pretty fun to do more, like I say, just doing two games and just pretty much just having fun and tell you what I know about the Encyclopedia games and stuff like that. And then you got the final fight, which I was, because like I say, I have a few um Sega CD ROMs that's there, to pretty much that can play out. So like I say, I just wish I could have found the way that I can put it on my, on this and then just go ahead and play the real deal. But I can't because, they have the old schools. And if it is a way they can do it, hey, let your boy know. I can kind of figure it out. But, but since I've been using the emulators and, trying to get all the bugs and the kinks out of it to make sure the emulator works, just kind of feel the same. So like I say, it's pretty cool. Alrighty, again, subscribe to your boy. I very appreciate that. And so I'm pretty much about to sign out of here and pretty much just to see what else I can find. Like I say, it's been a long time since I really did some old school games, and like I say, I've not really did any in a long time. So I'm pretty much kind of rusted on that one. So hopefully someday I will definitely try to do some more old school games that I can play and just have a good time doing it. Like I say, there's a lot of old retro games out there that I would love to pretty much that can just play all day. Just live the moment of stuff like this because like I say, I love to go back in time to where video games was video games back then, and we used to cherish them to this moment. And like I say, if you have a Sega CD and you know anything about Sega CD, comments to your boy. I will, I appreciate the comments. And I can kind of tell you, how I think about it. But like I say, it was fun while it lasted, and it was pretty cool to have. But like I say, when my boy had the JVC XI and I started looking at that, it changed the game. And I was always wanting to have one, but my parents said, no, that thing's way too much money. That ain't happening. So, it is what it is. Alrighty, this is your boy, RP35, signing out of here. Y'all take care, and y'all have a very, very blessed day. Peace.